Anybody like to go out for a glass of brandy?
Who wants to get turned up?
And then they all, of course, say, oh, yeah, we're all just going home. And then in their, like, WeChat or...
whatever the new... Yeah, the WhatsApp or the...
Yeah, they TikTok each other.
Yeah, there's TikTok videos, like...
Oh, do you think that there's TikTok memes of you?
Group minus Kyle is what it's titled. God, I'm Ebenezer Scrooge, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. Well, he eventually came around, right?
Yeah, at the end, I mean, you needed 3 ghosts to get there.
Have you met any of the ghosts of your life yet?
No, but boy, if they're going to be crankier than me...
Jesus, I can't imagine. Any ghosts yet?
No, but boy, I hate this mind of mine that works this way because I immediately think that'd be a really, really funny merch idea. Me as Scrooge, haunted by the 3 ghosts of Kyle. And so in my mind, I'm thinking about what would they be?
Right.
One would have to be Office Kyle.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Office
that would
Kyle.
be the ghost of present.
Yep.
The ghost of past would be... why do I feel like I'm saying that wrong? The ghost of
Kyle past.
Ghost of Kyle's past would be, when we would go out and get drunk at hockey games and wander around downtown and go eat pizza.
And the ghost of Kyle future is that's so Kyle.
Yeah, where
bucket on your foot,
putting out of my pocket,
putting in your pocket,
tennis ball on my nose, and a bucket of water about to fall as I walk through a door. So
right,
and
yeah, that's exactly. That's your future. That's what. So you're building towards that.
Yeah, it's the Kyle Carol, not the Christmas Carol. The Kyle Carol. So Philip, if you could, because that would be a beautiful seasonal shirt.
Yeah.
For the upcoming solstice season.
Mm-hmm. We are doing the solstice,
Steve.
The 5th annual Steve and Kyle podcast non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange.
You're darn right. You nailed it. That will be coming up. We have.
Look for details about that around Thanksgiving. I think that's usually when we start promoting it.
I thought we'd done it earlier because
Did we?
No, well, whatever. Either way, November we'll start posting details about getting your name into the hat for the gift exchange because that is legitimately, Steve, one of the favorite. I don't even know if one of. It's the favorite thing that we do around here every year.
It's great
because I love seeing the interactions with other listeners. And 2, seeing the gifts, whether they're gag gifts or show-related gifts.
or legit
gifts. Those always... I haven't gotten any notes from anybody or seen anybody post being like, I can't believe I got this. Like, great, I already had this puzzle of a bridge.
Right. I think it's all in good fun, and everybody knows that. A couple of loose ends we want to get to right at the beginning here. We talked in the last episode about the contest we were doing to win a Blu-ray copy of The King of Staten Island. And we have a couple of submissions for that we're going to get to later on in this episode. Yeah. But again, if you want to win a copy of that episode, all you have to do is record some audio or video of yourself interacting with somebody else. The way we've envisioned it was drive-through employees pulling up to the drive-through, asking somebody if they're team suspension bridge or team covered bridge, and then no matter what their answer, you are the you're supporting the other side. Yeah. So if they say that they're pro suspension bridge, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Covered bridges are where it's at. So we'll have a couple of submissions that we'll play coming up later in the episode, but we still have 2 available. So if you would like to do that, just record audio. Don't record. I mean, if you record video just to get the audio, that's fine. But don't have a camera in somebody's face or anything. And then just DM us on Twitter or message us on Facebook, and we'll figure out a way to get it. Like I think Trevor in Nashville, he sent us like a Dropbox link or something that worked perfectly. And also, the podcast awards are coming up the 29th.
30th, Steve.
September 30th.
International Podcast Day is September 30th. That's a Wednesday night this year. Everybody talks about Wednesday night being awards night.
Yes, yeah.
So you and I.
It's the night when the stars come out.
You and I have been preparing our Wednesday best.
Got our our Wednesday best.
And we created a Facebook event. Hopefully you've seen it. If not, we posted it on Twitter. It is obviously on Facebook. Check it out there. It'll be a live stream. We haven't figured out the exact details because we talk about this, and I don't know if people think we're joking. We're not exactly tech savvy.
We are efforting this because what we want to do, ideally, you'll be able to pull us up on I don't know, maybe Facebook Live or wherever we decide to do it. We want you to be able to see me, to see Kyle, and then like in a picture-in-picture type thing, you'll see
the awards
actually streaming.
Yep, and we'll be able to chat with everybody. So, maybe if somebody smarter than us, which that's not hard to find, is listening right now, Steve. Like you said, we're looking for a platform where we can have essentially two hosts with separate video feeds.
Yeah.
If needs to be, we can do one video feed. It's just not ideal.
I think I'm working through it, but I think I have something going.
And we'd like to share a screen, and then what we'd like to have, it doesn't matter. You can even be a thumbnail. You can have your video, but we just need the ability, obviously, to mute so we can talk when we want to talk. Because what I want to do, and I talk to you, Steve, is before the awards start, at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to start our live stream, and this is all in the details on the Facebook event at Steve and Kyle, at 8:30 Eastern.
So we got a half hour of pregame.
Yeah.
Now, do we have to talk about the other nominees and be like, well, so-and-so is nominated in the TV and film category, and they have a strong showing this year?
No, we're doing it like the E! Channel, where we're going to judge everybody's apparel.
Just based on what they're wearing.
Yeah. And so what I'd like to be able to do is, even if everybody slowly joins, I can see your video pop up and you're sitting there watching us watch this award stream. I would like to be able to unmute and mute individually so I can talk to people. So it's, hey, hey, Leanne, how are you? And talk to you for a few minutes, kind of a modified version of 2 minutes of awkward conversation that we love to do and we never make time for on this podcast.
Right, yeah.
But that is what we're looking for, is some avenue of that. So again, Wednesday, September 30th, 8:30 Eastern. We'll go no later than 10 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
We'll be
Some
doing
of us
got to
be up for work the next day.
Mm-hmm. We'll be doing a live stream. Now, whether it's Zoom, whether it's Facebook Live, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, I don't know what avenue is best. Those details will be sorted out in the coming weeks. Luckily, we have it more than 3 weeks right now, Steve, so we're not in any terrible rush. But please join us for that as we watch the soul-crushing defeat of our very first and probably last awards nomination.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to bottling that feeling that we have this year, because we will no doubt never feel that again.
Well, I don't want to get
every now and then I'll just crack that bottle open, take a little sniff, be like, that's right, that was the smell of success right there. Close it back up and put it on the shelf for another year. Maybe in APS 4.0, when we finally move in, we can just have 2 bottles sitting on a shelf, like just 2 glass bottles, nothing in them.
Yeah.
Except for the smell of the success that we had this day.
I feel like maybe in APS 4.0, while we construct this and formulate ideas, Steve, maybe we build in a streaming setup for if down the road we feel like we want to include that as part of the podcast, so that, we click start and, we open the mics, everything starts working at once. We're maybe not streaming, but recording video, so we have all of that. Obviously not a setup like you have at the radio show. We don't have that type of budget here.
Sure.
As we've continually lost money for going on 4.5 years.
Yeah. We're nothing. If anything, we're consistent.
That's right. If you look at our earnings trend, it's consistent.
We haven't lost a lot.
Yeah.
It's just been consistently a little.
We always lose a little. No matter what, we always seem to lose a little.
If we could somehow just flip that, I'd be happy with making $20 a month off of this.
$20 a year. If somehow we turned this thing black.
What's that, like $1.50 a month?
$1.50 a month. Well, I'll say this. If we wanted to legitimately come out in the black for this podcast, we would need to make $241 per year.
Hell, $240.01.
Yeah. In a calendar year, that is what we need to make profit. We just got to start our Patreon. You know? Maybe offer all big perks like come visit the upcoming bleachers in Steve's basement that we talked about.
Yeah, but again, you're going to meet miles from here. We're going to throw you in the back of a van with a blindfold on.
Spin you
around. Yeah, maybe do donuts in the parking lot so you won't have any idea.
No seatbelts, by the way.
No.
We're really looking to get you like really physically and mentally rattled.
It's going to be like an old school when they pulled up in the van and threw poor Blue in the back and took him to the fraternity house.
But no, that very quickly, because again, we honest to God don't have time today, but we need to quickly talk about, Steve, these emails we've gotten from the podcast awards.
Oh man,
because this is so weird. We were nominated for a final slate in the comedy category for the podcast awards. I was genuinely excited when this happened, and then you start getting the emails.
Because normally it would be, congratulations, you've been nominated. Here's what you have to do going forward. Please submit all of this if you'd like to be considered for the award. Looking forward to the big award show on the 30th. That's what I would expect. And that was, like, all of that information, technically, I guess, was in there.
Yeah.
But
there was
a feel to it, a certain feel.
Well, there was a tone, Steve.
Yeah.
There was a tone, and I'm just going to read a few lines from it because I feel like people need to know the aggressive nature of these podcast awards. It's very weird.
It is.
Prior to the awards, all, and I repeat, all have one important task. It's just about creating an acceptance video. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Well, their main sticking point was like...
Oh, yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're getting there. Failure to submit, as outlined below, on time, will cause you to forfeit if you win your category.
Oh, man.
Uploading this is critical. Late submit... By the way, I'm not going to talk about the grammar. Horrific. Mm-hmm. Random capitalization. This right here is all one sentence.
Okay, let's hear it.
Uploading this video on time is critical. Late submissions cause me to say your name in vain.
Who is this coming from?
I don't know.
Is there a name?
No.
Mark?
Hang on, maybe there is. Yep. Todd, period.
All right, Todd, period.
Like, even the closer of this. Congratulations again on making the nominee slate, period. Todd, period.
Yeah, when you sign your name, there's not punctuation at the end of it. No.
So, where was I? Because a weird way to put it is saying that we will not hunt you down. This is your responsibility to get done. Mm-hmm. Already, I don't know. This is a bit much. It's a bit aggressive.
A bit.
Say, hey, have your videos in by September 23rd. Upload them here. Mm-hmm. Congrats again.
Yeah.
Every year, podcasters get the video naming convention we outlined screwed up and cause us extra work.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, they have to rename a file? Are you kidding me? Hold on.
So
see, I got a file sitting right here on my desktop, and...
Hang on. You got hang on, timer.
Okay, you got timer running?
Yep, timer running.
Okay, give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Done.
3 seconds, Steve.
Yeah, but I mean, you multiply that over tens of
tens
of podcasts.
You're talking upwards of 90 seconds.
It could be 2 minutes.
What could he have done?
Who's got the time?
What could Todd, period, have done in those 2 minutes?
Who has the time?
Obviously, not Todd. So we are making it obvious this year. If you're nominated in sports, send us the video named in this format, yada, yada, yada. If you're nominated in 2 categories, we expect 2 videos. Not 1 second longer than 90 seconds.
Whoa.
So that's the gist of it. But
well, yeah. I mean, it's obvious that Todd Period is really, really focused on time. He doesn't have the time to trim your video name or rename it. He doesn't have time if you want to go over by a second or 2. Todd Period does not have the time.
No. You know what? I get the impression that Todd Period doesn't really like doing anything with the podcast awards.
No, it seems like this is probably something he inherited as like, hey, Todd, thanks for coming to work here at the new company. We're really happy to have you. By the way, you're going to have to deal with this. This is unrelated to what you do here at the accounting firm, but It's a labor of love for the owner, and he really likes podcasts, so you have to run the podcast awards.
Yeah, he told me to pick the most grumpy employee. I went, and it didn't take long. I found you. Your secretary was weeping as I walked into the office. Said you got her. She said she got your coffee order wrong, and I knew you were the man for this job. We need you to be mean to podcasts that don't make a penny.
Yeah.
So please do.
What I want to do, because you forwarded me that email, I want to reply to it, omit who forwarded the email, so it just comes back from like a random address that they would have no way to track, and just be like, I don't think you understand how this sounds. It makes you sound like a real douche.
Yeah. I mean, you would hope they know, like, you're sending out congrats emails. It's almost like if you were to give a gift at a wedding or a card at a wedding. Be like, hey, here's your gift, even though she's a dumb bee.
Or like you hand the card over. Here you go. Here's your card. Do you have any idea how much this thing cost me?
Yeah. Like, do you know how much of an inconvenience this was to go get at the store for you? There was a lot of people. I had to wait and wear a mask.
I also had to get my suit dry cleaned. That cost $49.
I'll expect a payment next week. Like,
the cake better be real good.
It's just a weird, aggressive nature for something that's supposed to be happy,
fun, yeah.
right? And like more loose. I can't wait to see what this award stream is actually going to be. If they're this strict in email,
I can't wait. I'm going to boo.
Oh my god! And by the way, we totally botched it. We were planning on getting all this listener input interaction in order to create our acceptance videos.
Not happening.
You may have noticed we forgot. And now we just have to record one.
Yeah, now we're down to
10 days.
So are we going to dress up for this video?
Well, if we're going to dress up for I can do shirt and tie for the video because I don't have a tux handy. Do you have a tux?
I do not have a tux.
No, I was going to say. So are we going to rent a tux?
We could do I bet we could go online. Like for when I was in high school, when I did senior photos, my school and where I'm from, everybody's senior photos, you're wearing like the tux, or the women are wearing like just a black dress.
Okay.
But with ours, like you walk into the photo studio, and all you do is they hand you the top like 8 inches of a tuxedo.
Ooh.
And you just put it over your head, and it comes down to, midway down your chest.
Yes.
Can we get one of them?
Let me look, because I just typed in tuxedo t-shirt.
No, top half. Type in like top half.
Top half of tuxedo.
Half a tuxedo for photos. Okay, boy.
Going to be harder to find than you thought. Don't think people.
Well, I
are
got 34,998 tuxedo stock photos.
Oh, well, that is, some people would say that helps.
What is the top part of a tuxedo called? Not quite. What is the most expensive tuxedo in the world?
Boy, no, you know what? I don't want to be a jerk, Steve, but I kind of do. You want to pull the old Amazon switcheroo?
What is that? Oh, so
yeah,
buy it, use it, just as long as the tag's not like stapled to the front of it. Even better if it is.
Yeah.
Can you get a tuxedo off of Amazon?
I'm looking at them right now.
How much?
Now we don't have to worry about the pants, so we're just really looking for a jacket, right?
Well, no, because we need the
jacket.
We need the jacket. We need the shirt. We need the tie.
We need the jacket, shirt, and a bow tie.
They got like a combo pack or something.
There's got to be. I'm looking at a jacket for $60, and you can get a shirt for $29, $23. I mean, again, this is literally just a deposit because we're going to take it right back.
Okay.
All
right. Well, we're going to have to figure this out.
Yeah. But anyway, that is coming up. A few weeks, podcast awards.
Looking forward to that.
No matter how mean they are to us in email.
We're still going to be there.
What if they just like get out like the video streams like, all right, you bunch of idiot losers. We're trying to get this done. We need every one of you to shut the hell up while we try to get these categories done, okay? We got a clock.
I wish that the way that they were doing it, because we have to pre-submit a video in case we win. They will then play it.
Yeah.
Why can't they have us all on a Zoom? So if we do win, they could actually go to us live.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the reaction would be so much more pure.
No question. No question. That's why, Yeah, I don't even know if we'll be able to fake it properly.
Do you think that they really watch the videos in advance? Do you think we could send some coded messages like, hey, Todd, want to thank you for all your work here on the podcast awards?
See, that would probably get through because they would have no idea.
Yeah.
Because
I want to thank Todd and the podcast awards crew team.
I'd love to know which one of you is the aggressive one. Why you're so mean.
Hey, back off the emails. Bit aggressive. You got your foot down on the throttle real far.
I think we say that. I think we submit one with that line, that exact line in there, and see if they kick it back. Because if the podcast awards that we paid to be registered for is that uptight, that really feels like a they problem, and I don't know if I want to be a part of this.
Imagine if we win and they play it.
I mean, are they in on the joke and they're just mean to us?
Do you think it's just Todd?
Yeah, everybody hates Todd.
No, but I'm saying, do you think it's only Todd, or does Todd have a team?
I have a feeling this operation's big enough that Todd needs a team, right? But
so
I have
what
a
we're hoping
Todd's
is it gets to one of Todd's cronies.
Yeah, who dislikes Todd as well.
Yeah, who's like, oh, approved.
Yeah,
let that slide on through.
Maybe put the stamp on the cassette tape or on the videotape, or what do they call those that fit in camcorders? After they were VHS, they were what?
Oh yeah, like the like the mini, like the Super 8 or whatever.
But then you couldn't play them, and you needed to go buy a cassette.
Yeah, you needed to buy like the trolley or something.
Yeah, that you could put it in, and then it would work.
Yeah. So it was like basically putting your tape in a tape, and then the tape into the VCR.
So that person would then stamp the tape with a different person's approval stamp.
This is a fancy tux I'm looking at right now where it's here, I'll pull it up on the Jumbotron so you can see it. Look at that. It's half silver, half black.
Whoa.
$52.91.
I'm almost thinking, now Steve. Oh, okay.
Hold on. You'll have to talk to yourself while I ordered this.
I got to tell you, I saw the website link. You may want to think about that before you do it.
Oh, that could probably take a while to get here, right?
Yeah.
AliExpress.
I don't know that it's legitimate.
Why?
I just get the impression that's one of those. So listen, earlier this summer, my wife found what do they call them, where you tow behind your bike, stroller?
Burley. We just bought one.
A stroller thing for your... Okay.
Yeah. Burley's a brand, right. But yeah, it's a stroller, or then you could also take the front wheel off and attach it to a bike. We just got one.
Expensive.
Oh, very expensive.
Like more than I thought.
Yeah, we realized that too. Like you want a brand new one, $300 easily.
Which is insane to me, by the way, because the way kids grow, those are good for 2 seasons, really, maybe 3.
The one that we got is pretty big. I think it'll fit Evelyn for quite a... And I think it's actually a 3-seater.
But honestly, by that time, she'll be riding her own bike.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you use it a lot, I can get it. I get it. But we like to take walks. We don't take many bike rides. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she found one online. She sent me a link. I was like, yeah, it looks good. Order it. Well, it didn't take long to realize, this probably isn't legitimate, huh? Because we didn't get any shipping. Luckily, it was done through PayPal. But it was weird because we had no idea what happened. A few weeks later, we received an envelope from an overseas address. And you opened it, and it was a toy alligator. About 1 inch long. Plastic. That is what some of those companies do. So they can say, I don't know what they're talking about. I shipped it.
Oh,
so we paid however many dollars for a
there's
bike
tracking.
trolley
So there's
thing.
tracking info. Yeah.
So we got our money back anyway because we never. Most of the time, those companies don't dispute those charges, and I think it falls back on PayPal to cover that because I'm guessing what they do, they sell a ton of this fake merch, shut everything down, so that PayPal really has no recourse to get to whatever overseas. Yeah. So So.
How much you lose?
That shiny... Well, we got our money back.
Okay.
So, plus a toy alligator.
So, I mean...
Things are looking up.
Things are pretty good.
So, to bring it back, the shiny suit you love so much, I don't know if you'd receive a shiny suit, one, in time, and 2, ever.
Okay.
Here's what I'm thinking. You remember Miami Vice, and now we're aging ourselves a bit. Yeah. Miami Vice with Don Johnson. Why can't I think of the other guy's name?
Other guy. Oh, Don Johnson and what the hell is his name?
Who played Tubbs? This is ridiculous. This is embarrassing because I adore I adore Miami Vice. Philip Michael Thomas. My apologies to the Thomas family, the Michael family, and more importantly, Philip. I'm sure he's hyphenated.
Sure.
You and me. Crockett and Tubbs
Crockett
style
and Tubbs?
suits.
Ooh.
So we're talking pastel colors. So I'm looking at an Amazon link. We got an orange. We got a nice green. And it's all inclusive.
This should go on the poll. Should we get tuxedos for the podcast awards?
Yeah. Okay. That's going to... And I already have a poll up there as well. Are the podcast awards a bit aggressive?
I'm assuming that Facebook still no-go.
I haven't even checked today because I'm so disheartened by it.
I'll give it a try, but I'm expecting nothing.
So yeah, again, that's coming up. You'll see us. We'll be dressed to the nines. I think we get top hats included, or maybe one of... I will, because I like to wear hats. For this live stream.
You gonna get a haircut? You gonna shave?
I am due for a buzz, Steve.
Okay. Not me.
I wait a little long, and it start like I can see it too much, and I don't like that. It's not very becoming.
No, you look like a goddamn slob.
Aggressive turn. One that feels unexpected. Not just unexpected, but unwarranted would be a term.
Not my fault, you dumb stooge.
What's the end game with your hair over there, by the way?
That's a good question.
You just haven't cut it.
I've been getting quite a bit of pressure from certain people in my life.
Yeah, Annette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saying things like because Evelyn's first birthday is coming up in 9 days. By the way, it is Saturday, September 12th, 2020, the year of our Lord. It's a Steve and Kyle podcast. Just 9 days shy of Evelyn's birthday. Now, tell me, because this is something I haven't brought up to her yet, but I feel like you're going to agree with this.
With you?
I do.
Boy, it'd be rare, but let's do it.
Surprising.
Yeah.
But I feel like you will. Your wife can come up to you and say, boy, you need a haircut. Mm-hmm. You can't go up to your wife and say, boy, you need a haircut.
Not in a million years, Steve.
Why is that okay? Because
I think, boy,
for months now, I've been getting the, you really need to cut your hair. And I think like it may be, but I mean, isn't that kind of a me decision?
Yeah, because I have a feeling it's this weird like old idea of, well, men just don't understand hair.
Right.
You know, like this weird mentality, right?
Yeah.
But have you tried it?
No. There's not a chance I would. But I'm sort of like my...
would you be willing to send a text right about now?
No, absolutely not.
What if you sent the text and then I say 5 minutes later, say, hey, sorry, that was a joke for the podcast?
Nope.
You still wouldn't do it?
I don't think so.
It's
weird, though.
I could send her a message
saying,
hey, I think you need to get a haircut.
No.
I'm going to do it.
That's the thing. She doesn't need to get a haircut. She's recently gotten her hair done.
All right.
But to me, it's that weird double standard of...
Oh, no question, it is,
why
Steve.
can you say this to me? Something that... I don't know if hurtful is the word, but it's just like... Boy, that just doesn't seem appropriate.
No. Maybe you need to act more outraged. But you know what? Here,
break things, throw things.
I don't want to be crass, Steve, but... she's the one who chooses whether or not you guys sleep together intimately.
Sure.
I'd say do what she asks.
But I mean...
No, listen.
Look.
If this is the hill that in 6 months you want to, like, you and I just sit down, we're having a heart-to-heart, and you're saying, I'm just losing the battle, Kyle.
I'm just happy to know that you agree with me on this.
No question you're in the right here, Steve, because it is not fair. And I haven't, in total fairness... I've never thought of it.
How about this? I got an idea. Mm-hmm. How about you grow out your hair in solidarity with me?
Okay. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, she couldn't be more disgusted by me than she already is. So let's do it. Yeah, I'll let mine go.
Okay. Because, I mean, look, like I got a full-on...
That's the problem. That's all I get.
I have a full-fledged mullet.
I will get that in the back. I did that years ago before it was this thin on the front.
Yeah.
And I let it grow out. And I would wear a hat, and I would have that full flip in the back, and I liked it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't practical. I didn't love it.
See, because I'm at the point.
It's a burden too.
I'm at the point now where I've powered through the really awkward phases. Now I'm just kind of in a moderately awkward phase. But I'm also here. We are midway through September.
Yeah.
In about 2 to 3 weeks, I'll probably put on a hat like a winter hat and not take it off until about April. So everything can go on underneath that hat.
Well, yeah, because right now, today, I think is the first week in probably 6 to 8 weeks of recording that I haven't seen you wearing a baseball cap.
Yeah.
Today. And so, yeah, you're right. You'll switch to the stocking cap here in coming weeks and months. So it won't really bug you because it's kind of matted down.
It's tucked up in there.
But the fact remains that it pretty clearly bugs your spouse.
Yeah.
That you share a home with, a bed with, a life with. So I ask you again, is this the hill that you die on?
I will not die on this hill, but I just want it to be known that I feel as though it's very unfair.
No, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
You are and it's on the poll. Can a husband tell a wife she needs a haircut? Because I think you're right. I think it's going to come back. 95. I think what's worse than that, though, because I honestly do think we could get away with, hey, you going to get your haircut anytime soon? Other than, ooh, what happened at your haircut?
Yeah.
There's a massive difference there, right?
Yeah, there definitely is. There's a huge difference.
Unless she says it first.
Yeah.
But even then, I still think you have to temper it and be along the lines of, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I think that if I'm going to cut it, it's going to be in the next week.
Really?
Because she's been saying, well, with Evelyn's birthday coming up, I'd really like to get nice 1-year photos.
Sure, some photographs.
And I was like, what if I just, I don't know, throw some product in mine, style it a bit.
Yeah.
Get it looking nice.
Yeah.
And she just said, huh.
Oh, so that's not an option.
Maybe not.
If you had to categorize it right now in comparison to when we traveled to Van Wert and you had grown it out specifically for the Van Wert trip to look like Bradley
Which honestly,
Cooper's
I think
hair.
it was longer then than it is now.
That's what I was thinking. If you had to compare it now to then, what do you think? But you also had it trimmed a little bit differently.
Yeah, I did. I had
then, right?
I didn't have the mullet. It was
Right.
I was still getting my hair cut on a somewhat regular basis, like every 4 weeks or 6 weeks or so. But I was getting it was all just getting cleaned up a bit.
Yeah.
This is just, nothing. Since January 31st, that was the last haircut I had.
Do you think that's the difference? Do you think that's what irritates Annette? Is that the general girth
Maybe.
of the mane?
Maybe.
Is that
but
she
that's
sees
also,
it?
I've never had this long of hair in the back before, and I kind of like it. Even though it's a mullet.
Maybe I've just really miscalculated Annette, and she just hates seeing that much gray. Like, she's just...
I thought you were going to say, maybe you just miscalculated and she really just hates me.
Boy, you already
Put that on the poll.
Do you think Annette hates Steve? Yeah, we'll throw it on there.
By the way, Facebook polls still broken.
Yeah, we might have to send a note.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get
they're
right
on.
it.
I believe we still have a question in from last year. They're going to get back to.
Isn't there a Facebook Pages manager?
I think there's a Pages manager, but that still didn't. But that doesn't work for polls. But they need a chat for assistance for that stuff.
Yeah, with 3 billion people using it. I'm sure that wouldn't get out of control quickly.
Well, I got to tell you, I anxiously await this update next week because I want to see.
Could happen.
Did you get it cut or did you not?
Yeah. Because her birthday is, like I said, 9 days from now.
Happy birthday, baby Evelyn.
Can't be said enough. Thank you.
You guys are kind of skating by somewhat lucky on this one because normally first birthdays have to be some big shindig.
Yeah, which, to be honest, I don't think we would have done even in normal times.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rude.
So her parents will be here. My mom will be here. And then her sister and Alfredo and Felipe will be here.
Making the lamb chops, I'm
making
assuming.
the lamb chops, of course.
So a little family get together.
Yeah, just very, very few people.
Sure.
And, but yeah, it's mind-blowing that it's a year.
Been a year, man. And then I only feel like it's like a roller coaster where it starts to go up, but then it goes really up. Like next thing, it just goes faster and faster. Next thing you know, she's going to be in school.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, she's going to be like 15 and storming out of the house and
hating me, no doubt.
Yeah,
just despising me. Right now, it's da 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 da.
Then 17, and Annette's picking her up from a party, and
she's driving a Trans Am.
Yep, 19, and she's at college smoking. 21, dropped out, back with you guys.
Okay,
because Daddy encouraged radio, and we all know that's a dying industry.
Again,
a lot of things to look forward to.
Said this before we started recording. I feel like it's working out all right.
But we do some of our best content off air, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some really funny stuff. But yeah, Steve, real thrilled about putting mom and pop radio shows out of work the last few years before we started recording.
Yeah,
if anybody wants to go with the idea that I'm the bad guy here, just remember, I wish I could have taken a picture. Steve, one hand on belly, head leaned back, roaring with laughter when he heard about so-and-so's unemployment claim after they put him out of work.
Yep.
And what's your newest market?
Wherever Johnny the Duck was on. Johnny the Duck and Lisa.
God, I wish those guys would just retire. You guys, not Johnny the Duck.
You sure not us too?
No, you guys, not Johnny the Duck.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, Johnny the Duck just trying to stay local.
Awfully rude.
Local, live, and awesome.
Well, I mean, local does mean better.
Local means better. Local means ratings.
Mm-hmm.
The proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
But yeah, again, totally digress. So yeah, if you want to send your first birthday gifts for baby Evelyn, go ahead and send those.
Yep.
Email Steve for the address.
Yep.
Please include some Yorks.
Oh yeah, we're running low. We got to pop open that next 175. Let's see, we eat on average like 4 a week, so that's about 40 weeks worth. So yeah, by the end of next summer, we'll be
itching.
We'll need some Yorks.
Yeah, we'll be itching. So please keep that in your mind for next summer's gift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We neglected this last week because we ran out of time. We're known to do that, and we're probably going to run out of time today, but there's a few things we have to get to.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, Steve.
Yeah. We
talked last week about you getting an itch.
Yeah.
You framing out the future possible APS 4.0 or future Cricket Corner.
Yeah.
On a whim. Like a genuine whim.
Complete whim.
Before we talked about that, though, probably 3 weeks before that, I'm taking credit for this, by the way. I want that said before.
Okay. What did you do?
I brought it back to the forefront because while you were kind of looking and glancing, I feel like the drive wasn't there like it was a year ago for you. So you're welcome, is what I'm trying to say. Because the Jeep itch has returned.
Well, the Jeep itch never left.
Well, never left, but
I may just have tabled it for
a
bit,
while, right?
Maybe just not discussed it.
Yeah, and I don't know why I thought about it. We talked about it on air about a month ago that you were still kind of looking for a Comanche, but it's not like you were like at work every day clicking through to see if there was a new Comanche.
No.
It was always in the back of your mind.
Yeah, it would be one of those things where I set up like the Facebook Marketplace alert. So if one happened to pop up,
yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I wasn't going too crazy up until a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and then a couple weeks ago, it gets brought up here. Yeah. I believe somebody, a listener, had sent you a Facebook listing that they had saw from, I think it was Maryland or something. Obviously that one didn't work out.
Yeah.
But you were looking. I checked with you. You said, hey, I got to record, this day, this weekend, because I might be taking a trip to, I don't know, where was it, Dayton, Ohio one day or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, you're taking a trip last
Sunday.
So, Steve, I know the answer.
Yeah.
Tell everybody else, where is Comanche Hunt 2020 at as we sit here in September?
Comanche Hunt 2020 has officially ended.
Because You decided it's a terrible investment, and you have much more important things to do and coming up, and you're entering the winter season. You have a wife and a daughter and a job and other things that you shouldn't waste money on, right?
Look, my daughter cries whenever I hold her. My wife hates my hair, so I need this.
So you're becoming the guy who is now going to come home from work after Annette's been with the baby all day. Sorry, hon, you're going to crack a beer because you're now going to become a beer drinker.
Yeah, of course. But it's going to be like a Hams or something.
Yep, it's the cheapest one you could buy in a 30-pack size at the store.
$6.
I'll be in the garage until dinner.
Let me know when my Salisbury steak is ready. Do people still eat that Salisbury steak?
I feel like if you're not in elementary or middle school, no. Because that felt like the go-to garbage hot lunch that you would get. And you'd be like, oh, it's Salisbury steak day.
Yeah, which was basically a McRib.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's a garbage food. God.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see that. Let me post that on the poll. Has anyone willingly had a Salisbury steak in the last 15 years?
So, yeah, last Sunday, me and Cy Noel and Ryan Young with a borrowed truck from one person and a borrowed trailer from another person.
Well, you guys are just dirtbags.
Drove the 4 hours or so in a intense thunderstorm.
It just seems awful.
Down to somewhere in the middle of Illinois.
Okay.
Turned off the paved road, way off the paved road.
Yeah.
Like 7 miles off the paved road, and pulled up to this farm. And sitting in the barn, there she was. My brand new to me 88 Jeep Comanche. Pioneer edition.
Oh, what is that, the upgraded version?
It has a stripe and a word on the side that says Pioneer. So
wow. Well, they went all out back in the 80s for the upgraded, huh?
88 was a special year. So, yeah, it's sitting in the garage right now.
Man. And so this 8 hours of drive time, any negotiations there? Were you guys set and sealed before you left?
Well, I was prepared to pay exactly what he had it listed for. And
but you're also
try to wheel and deal a bit.
Absolutely, even if it's for, $100 here and there, it's money.
But the thing is, he had me because I drove 4 hours there. What am I just going to turn around and leave?
Over $100,
right? Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So if it's a $2,000, and again, it's nobody's business. If
it's
a $2,000 car, and you say $1,900, he says no.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah, you've spent that much in gas.
Yeah. So I tried negotiating with him a bit, but he was pretty firm on the price, which again I was happy to pay for. But I managed to work in. He had a couple of extra parts that he had laying around that have a bit of value because the trucks were only made for 6 years.
Right.
So there are certain parts that are just impossible to find.
Right.
Like, for instance, a taillight. If you need a new taillight, you can't buy one. Like,
really?
You can't. There are no companies that make them aftermarket. You can't just call up, AutoZone and say, hey, can you order me a new taillight? They just don't exist. So he had a second set of taillights, and I was like, all right, I'll pay you what you want, but you got to throw in those taillights, which is like a $250 value. So he thought about it, but he eventually gave them to me.
So you paid asking price.
Yeah. No, I paid a little less than asking price.
Oh,
plus
okay.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So you're already ahead of the supposed, and I'm glad you didn't preface this by saying you got the deal of the century.
No.
Because last time you did, it ended up with like 8 weeks of miserable
waiting for
communications. Yeah.
I would say that I got a very fair deal. Acceptable deal. It wasn't a great deal, but I didn't get ripped off. So I'm sure he's happy.
Well, I'm sure he's happy because he got the hunk of crap out of his garage.
There was a chance.
You were not going to come home with 2.
There was a chance I was coming home with 2 trucks. That was because he had 2 of them listed. One of them, which is the one that I got, is in running and driving shape. Definitely needs work, but I could have driven it home if I needed to. He had this other one that was, completely rusted through. There were a couple salvageable parts on it. The engine was okay. A few other random things, like some of the interior stuff was in okay shape. Mm-hmm. So basically, he had it listed. He wanted to get rid of both of them.
Okay.
But the rusted one might have been worth $100 or $200 because the amount that I paid for the one truck, if I had given him $200 more, he would have given me the second one. And I looked at it because going down there, he had only posted one picture of it. It was from far away, so I didn't really get a good look at it. Mm-hmm. So when we got there, we went over and looked at it. I looked at it for 2 seconds, and I was like, nope, not a chance. This is more of a burden than I'm willing to take on. And and I just said, nope, no thank you.
So you think it's the hair is why Annette hates you. I think if you had come home with 2 pieces of crap, that would have been it.
She was the one that said she's like, why don't you just take them both?
Well,
you can take parts off of this one and then just scrap the rest of it. And I could
supportive. And...
I could have probably turned a slight profit off of it, but the amount of work that I would have had to put into it, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. I'm not gonna spend a week working on something to make $100 in the end. It's just not worth it. So.
Because scrap-wise, you probably would have made your money, the extra money you would have spent off of it if you had scrapped it, maybe?
I could have taken all of the parts off of it that were salvageable that I wanted, held on to them or sold them, maybe made $200-$300 off of it, maybe made $100 when I scrapped it. But like at that point, it would have taken me 2 weeks just to get all those parts off of it. It's just not worth it.
I mean, that's 2 weeks of...
Now,
literal crap metal just hanging around your house in your garage.
If I was on vacation like the week that we're this most recent week, I might have done it because I would have had the time to do it. But now, like I work.
Right. You thought about telling those yahoos to kick rocks and take vacation on your own?
I did that when I first started, and I used to have to take vacation on my own. Like, they'd be on the air.
Why was that?
I'd be on vacation because when they were off, I would have to do best of shows.
Oh, because that was back when it had to be done live or you didn't have the technology to do it remotely. Or whatever.
Yeah, so for a couple of years, I did that. But then it got to a point where even when I was on vacation, I wasn't really on vacation.
Because you were still doing podcasts and still doing websites.
I mean, it was nonstop. Hey, how do I do this? What do we do with that? What do I do with this? And I'm like...
Well, you got a bunch of microphone jockeys there who don't know how to do anything.
I'm on vacation, remember? Like, I work when you don't.
Not to be rude, but...
Right. This is kind of how it works.
Yeah, sorry.
And so when the new contract negotiation time came up, I said, yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, at least not that way. Man.
And, yeah, because the saying that I always got whenever I said, like, can't I just take vacation the same time as you do and we'll automate the best of show? And the response was always, well, what if something happens? And I always said, what if something happens? Because if a technical glitch or like a computer doesn't fire a tone or something doesn't, I don't know how to fix that. What can you do anyway?
Yeah.
I'm simply there so the engineer would get the call maybe a minute earlier.
Yeah. Because it would be inevitable that he would get that same call that you would deliver if you were there or not.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, you got a bunch of monkeys just whipping.
That's how you got a job, though.
Whipping poop at each other.
That is how you got a job.
With the best of thing?
Yeah.
It's also, I was about to lose that job. You guys were going automated.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have eventually happened.
I was getting the old boot anyway. 5-year employee.
Well, no, there's certain things, certain roads that should not be traveled down.
So the Comanche...
But you went to space and everything's fine.
Everything worked out great. I couldn't have been happier then. Couldn't be happier now. It all works out. So the Comanche, it's not going to wait until your next vacation, though. So let me ask you this. Because 8 hours of drive time apparently had a couple of brains working.
Yeah.
Because next thing I know, there's a Instagram page.
Yeah.
There's some tweets about some hoopla regarding the resurrection of the presumed dead, hoped dead, Second Chance Jeeps.
SCJ, baby.
SCJ, it's back. It's
on Instagram at Second Chance Jeeps.
The same as it was, I guess.
YouTube, Second Chance Jeeps.
So is this simply going to be for the restoration? Because My interpretation of you wanting a Comanche wasn't to flip it. This was so
No.
you could drive her up the sandhills,
Vroom,
you know,
vroom.
never.
Yeah.
And
Big boy vroom vroom. Yeah, I know, like, I know realistically, I know how I am.
yeah.
I will work on this for a long time.
Yeah.
I'll build it. I'll get it exactly how I want it. And then I'll probably say, all right, time to sell it. And I will pass it along.
Do you think you'll sell it?
Well, I'm sure eventually, yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking 10, 15 years down the road, but the intent of purchase for this was not to flip it, right?
Right. No, I mean, I just want I want a project. I want something I can tinker around with. It's my hobby. Since I got rid of the white Jeep, I've kind of like...
That was not the murder Jeep.
That was not the murder Jeep. No, this was the one that you helped me wrench on the one day. You helped me put the transmission back in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was a Nets for a while, right?
What was the Nets?
The white Jeep?
No.
What was the white Jeep for?
What do you mean?
Did you have it and you were just working on it and then you
Yeah.
sold that one, right?
Yeah, that was my...
Okay.
I sold that when I bought the murder Jeep.
That's okay. So
I
you-
sold it just before I bought the murder Jeep. I sold that to fund
the murder Jeep
purchase. Yeah.
And then, so that was your third, that was the third vehicle at the house at the time?
It was.
Okay. That's my misinterpretation. I thought that was a Nets daily driver.
No, God, no. No, there's no chance. That would have never happened. But yeah, so I've been searching for more than a year for one of these vehicles. There was one that I wanted to get in Dayton, and I think I talked about it last week. The guy just kept giving me the runaround.
Yeah, well,
then eventually sold it out from under me.
Yeah, like 2 days before you were supposed to go, right?
So I just said, all right, I'm done. I'm tired of looking. I'm not going to look for the perfect one anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just going to buy one that I feel is within my capabilities, and I'm gonna figure out how to work on this thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna figure out.
Yeah, you weren't seeking it out. It happened to come, and so now the dream is back.
The dream is alive.
So you're not intending to flip it right away anyway.
Sure. I mean,
But-
the only reason I were to sell it is if there was some like catastrophic thing that happened, or like, okay, well, we're not going to be able to do that anymore.
But now, I'm not getting into the financials here. That's not the point. This was a you thing. You've wanted a Comanche forever, right? I totally understand that. Everybody has these wants that other people look
Sure.
at and say, that, huh?
My Comanche is the comic book you bought
Sure.
a couple of weeks ago.
Sure.
That thing show up yet? Can we crack that case open?
It's in the basement. Yeah.
Did you crack it open yet?
No, I can't do it.
Come on.
I'm too nervous.
What is it, like $75 to get it recertified or regraded?
Yeah. Yeah. So I just don't know what the point of opening it would be.
You want to do a GoFundMe or something?
To raise the money so I can open it, look at it, touch it, and then send it off?
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, we got a billboard.
I think
these
it's
suckers
considered-
already paid for a billboard for it.
I'm trying to think. It might even be less than 75, but it'd probably be, maybe not. Whatever.
I'll throw in 20.
Hey, the fun didn't start. We only got $55 to get the whole way, gang.
Can you transfer $20 to me out of the?
Yeah, the slush fund. What you need it for?
Oh, to buy
Personal expenses.
buy cables,
Totally
and,
funded.
Widgets.
Slush cables and widgets. We do need. By the way, total side note: we need to fully upgrade our cable situation
We do.
here.
Yeah.
We're having some buzzing issue, at least on one end.
Mm-hmm.
We've burned through a cable when we were in APS 3.1.
Yeah.
And now one of the cables that was good since we moved back down into 3.0 is now
It's failed.
bad.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to upgrade
It's working great.
the entire situation here. So going back to what I was asking regarding the Comanche, is the you thing. I know Cy Nolan Ryan Young's going to be assisting all of this stuff. You're in this, though, fully on your own financially?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It
So
was
there-
100% me.
So there is, because you would assume if it were a flip, you guys, like the last Jeep, you would have
Right, we
shared the
split it.
cost and
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
No, this one.
So this is you.
Yeah, Cy Nolan Ryan Young has nothing to do with it other
Yeah.
than like hey, can you come
Helping
over and
you
give me a
wrench
hand
it.
with this? Or,
Yeah. So what are the odds, though, that next spring you've got done on it what you want done, and it's something that you're always going to tinker
by
with.
next
Let's upgrade
spring
it.
to be done?
No?
No. This is a long term. It was a year, 2 years maybe.
Because I was thinking you'd have it ready for, next Big Boy Vroom Vroom season.
No. I mean, that I would love to, but yeah, life's a little different these days than it was. And like talking about, remember last week when we were talking about like, what did you do before, the amount of time that you wasted. I think about this. I'm like, man, if I had this thing like 7-8 years ago when I was just living by myself, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I would go to a hockey game on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Have a bunch of beers. And
stumble home to Lola.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I mean, it's not like you were some lonely, bitter old man. That's not the point. You're long-distance relationship at that time. Sure. And, you and I would just hang out on the weekends and be idiots. And
I'm not a crazy social butterfly. I'm not the guy that's like, oh, it's Friday, I gotta do something, gotta be somewhere.
I hated that mentality because everybody has that phase though.
I definitely had
20s,
it for
late teens.
When I first moved here, which was 10-11 years ago. It was like, I was somewhere new, I didn't know anyone, so I just wanted to get out and kind of like find my group or find my place.
Were you like that in your semester abroad?
Yes.
Like, I had to go out every night.
Very much.
But that's also different because you hadn't lived in Michigan or whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, hey, there's bars, there's restaurants. It's the same idea. But overseas, it's literally, hey, I don't know if and when I'll ever be back here. I want to consume and do as much as I possibly can.
Right. Yeah, totally different. Man.
I kind of wish you were more of a social butterfly back then. Like you talked about that. It's, maybe had some flings with some British women.
Yeah, because I was hopelessly single at that point.
Oh, I mean, listen.
This is going back to.
But you probably thought, if I know me and I know humanity correctly, you probably thought, man, I'm going to find her over there.
I totally did.
Yeah,
I thought because we went over there it was August 29th of 2001.
Yep.
And I go over there and I'm like, oh man, single and ready to mingle.
British chicks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was England, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
British chicks that love the American accent.
They love American.
And my hair. Oh, they're gonna flip.
I mean, wait till they get a load of my jeans that are 9 sizes too big. So
there's room enough for her to stand in these too. She's gonna love it.
I think I met like 3 British people the whole time I was there, because it was just a school of Americans.
Oh man!
But yeah, I thought for sure. I was like, man. I mean, I know that we're leaving for London in August, coming back in December. But I mean, I'll probably just come back for Christmas and then fly back to move into my flat with my lady.
Yeah. I can only take 3 outfits because I've got to get this Costco size of condoms in my luggage.
Yep.
So needless to say,
you really pinpointed 20-year-old Steve.
But listen, everybody's that way, Steve. You think a change of scenery is going to be what it takes to flip the switch.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how I mean, I guess it's great that I had that much confidence back then because I don't think I'm a very confident person.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I'm confident in my abilities. Like, I can do what I can do.
Yeah.
But I'm not life of the party guy.
Right.
I'm not guy that the door swings open and it's like, hey, look who it is. Yeah. Hey, got your nose.
And you're officially in your late 30s. It doesn't just flip on. It doesn't flip on a dime.
No, I think I'm more comfortable in my skin now than I was 20 years ago.
Happens with everybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for everybody at that party that you talk about, who is that guy? You have that same person going home who has no earthly idea what they're doing, who they want to be, what they want to be, or anything about it. So, that definitely comes with age. Boy, what was I? Where were we talking?
How did we get on that topic?
Oh, different point of your life, Steve, as we talked about there. So this is a long-term project.
Long-term project.
What are you going to do though if Annette, you got it ready, you got your new seats, you've upgraded the audio system, you're all excited, and you sit down. It's a 2-seater, so Evelyn's just sitting on the driveway.
Now throw her in the bed.
Just have her roll around, put a helmet on, and get back here. You're just giddy, right? Smile ear to ear.
Oh yeah.
Say, what'd you think? and she gives you the, it was fine.
It's fine.
If you can, it's fine. You getting rid of it, or is she just banned forever?
Hell no, it's not hers.
So the Comanche. So now, how's the winter going to work out? Is the Comanche going side of the house so you can pull into the garage?
Comanche is probably sitting in the garage.
So you're going to be the idiot brushing snow off of the car every day this winter. So the piece of metal from the 80s can be covered.
I mean, I could roll it into the backyard, I guess, or drive it into the backyard.
Well, you've got that room on the side, like where I would come in from the side fence, because you ideally or realistically you won't need to get
right
through there with anything. That you get a gigantic tarp.
Yeah, what I would love to do is get the side of the garage paved.
Oh, right.
So there's a little parking spot there.
Just because I think you're going to regret that. You haven't had to regularly park outside how long?
When I was working on Murder Jeep, I had to park outside for maybe a month.
In the fall, though, right?
No, it was February to
was it really?
March, but it was a pretty mild year.
Okay. I just have a feeling that you're going to get to, Christmas, and you're like, hey, I'm going to go. Oh, that's right. Can I take your car?
I do have a backup plan.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's hear it.
Ready for this caper?
Yeah, let's hear the backup plan so you can park inside this winter.
So at work, I park in the parking garage underneath the building. There are 30-some parking spots down there. And on a regular basis, there was one vehicle parked there, and it's mine. I don't know why. They didn't give out parking spots to anyone else. I have one parking spot. Every now and then, maybe once every 2 weeks, I see another car. It's like a black Grand Cherokee that parks down there. And what I'm thinking is I could just park the Comanche down there. But like every day I'll kind of back it in or move it a little bit just so it doesn't look like it's stationary. And they'll just assume, oh, that's just someone from the station or whatever. Because the majority of the time I'm there, the people that run the building probably won't be there. Because I'm there earlier in the morning.
You got any station logos, like big stickers? Or
that's a good idea.
But you don't want a sticker. You want like a cling, like a big vinyl cling.
Yeah, or like a magnet.
So they'd be like, oh, it's a station car, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they bought a 88 Comanche to use for their events, but, radio, wacky wackadoodles, they're always wacky.
Either that or I'm going to, I don't know, maybe... I also thought about getting one of those, like, pop-up carports.
For the side of the house here?
I'd put it in the backyard.
Okay. Boy,
is that too trashy? It's pretty trashy. I know that.
I'll say it's not classy. I'll say that. But I don't know if I'm willing to go as far, mainly because you're sitting across from me, as calling it trashy now.
Hold on. All right, let me spin around. Okay.
Oh God, what a garbage person who put the carport in the backyard. No, you know what? It could work though, Steve.
I mean, it looks good in your yard. It just wouldn't fit my yard.
No, I mean, it's just a potato thing. Some people it works, some people it doesn't. It might go.
Because I don't want to be a guy that has the car in his driveway or the truck in his driveway with a tarp over it.
No, you don't want to be that guy.
That won't fly.
No, not in the driveway. But if you put it to the side of the house, maybe a little more hidden.
I don't know. I think I got to go backyard. Because I could put it in the backyard with a tarp over it.
Man.
Avoid carport.
Berter's husband's going to see that and say, oh, he has time for that, but not time to get a quote to remove trees, huh?
Sucker. I waited it out.
Oh, man. Well, you know what?
So the work has already begun on the Comanche a bit.
Oh, good. Well, it's the initial excitement, and then you'll probably go weeks. You'll be like, man, I got to get back out there and do this. Well, I mean, it's busy.
It's time. I don't have a ton of it, so I got to try and sneak in like a half hour here, an hour there when Evelyn's down for a nap. But the bummer is a lot of the work is like loud. Yeah. Hammering things and cutting out rust.
Yep. Yeah. I mean... Listen, again, Second Chance Jeeps on Instagram, on is that
YouTube?
On YouTube, sorry.
Yeah, I'm documenting the whole series. I'm documenting the whole build in video.
Is it extensive? Like, is the amount of parts, dollar-wise, going to be more that you buy than the actual Jeep was?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So oh, wow. So is it in bad? I haven't seen it. I don't care.
It's not
is
in
it
the best
in bad shape? Okay.
It's
but is it drivable?
Yeah, I
Okay.
drove it. Well, when we picked it up, like I said, it was after we turned off the paved road. We had to go 7 miles, I think, down dirt roads, and then to get back out to the highway, it was like probably 10 miles or so from the place we picked it up at. So I drove it back out to the highway, but then we loaded it on the trailer to bring it home. But it drove fine. I mean, it needs a ton of work.
Okay.
You'll look at it and you'll say, that's a major piece of crap. Because there's rust spots in it,
sure.
and there's the paint's all faded and everything. But I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, I can work with this.
So
it's got a bench seat. I love bench seats.
Piece of garbage.
What?
Ugh.
What don't you like about a bench seat?
What's wrong with individual seat? It's just like, sitting on a bleacher at a baseball game.
Yeah, but it's so...
Give me my own chair.
It's just old school.
Stay out of my space.
Well, it's not like there's going to be strangers in there with me.
You thinking of strapping Evelyn in the middle?
Yeah.
Taking her for a ride?
Yeah.
Manual? Is this a manual?
Yeah,
so
manual.
You found the manual, so you already kicked the resale down the steps?
I'm confident that if I wanted to right now, I could sell it for exactly what I bought it for last week.
Wouldn't lose a penny.
No.
You'd have had the privilege to own it for a couple of weeks, but it'd be gone and forgotten.
Came with a toolbox in the back and came with I affectionately refer to it as Grandpa's camper on the back of it.
That won't be a part of the final product.
No, definitely not.
So
definitely not.
What was it? Everything you hoped for? In terms of when you drove it, did it bring the joy and thrill you wanted out of this Comanche that you're like, yep, this is exactly what I hoped it would be?
I started it up and I had a big smile on my face.
So no disappointment yet?
No, not yet.
Good, because, boy, if you hadn't even made it out of Illinois
right.
and you're already like, what have I done?
Already
There's a reason
it.
they made these only 6 years.
Do you want to see a picture of it?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Pull it up on the Jumbotron there, Steve. Let's see this hunk of metal that it's going to be a multi-year project.
There she is. You see Grandpa's camper on the back there?
Yes, I do.
That's already been removed, but I'll cut you a good deal on it if you need it.
Oh, boy. It doesn't look as bad as I thought.
Better?
No, yeah, it's better than what I thought based on the description. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a picture from, your doorway into your garage. I can't see, the big rust spots like you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's all in one piece. The windows appear to be present.
Windows are all there, yeah.
Which is, hey, things are looking up.
That's my litmus test.
Yep.
Well, it's got windows.
Yeah, now, do they come off there like the other idiot Jeeps?
No. These are stationary.
Stationary doors, so they don't even have that novelty factor, huh?
Nope.
Wow. Get what you pay for, I guess.
Which side are you on? I don't know. Because if it had them, you'd hate them.
I know. I like sitting on the fence on the Jeeps because I don't like... Not that I don't like a Jeep. I'm never going to own a Jeep.
You're impartial to them.
Yeah.
It's like any other vehicle on the road.
Yeah, it's just not a practical vehicle for me for what I'll ever need.
Right.
And they're out of the price range that I would buy cars in,
So I got to
right?
buy them from Second Chance Jeeps.
Not interested. What, a salvage title from a triple murder? No
Well, I'll tell you what, I was pleasantly surprised with the amount of people that hopped on board and followed old Second Chance Jeeps on Instagram.
Yeah, boy, I wish we could have that same following to at Steve and Kyle on
That
Instagram.
is weird. We don't have...
Go ahead and follow us there if you'd like, at Steve and Kyle. You can find some content there. Steve?
372 followers already for Second Chance Jeeps.
Hey, that's way more than the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Is it?
Yeah.
By how many?
I don't know. Enough.
No, it can't be.
Where's my phone? I'll check our Instagram.
I'm checking it right now.
Because, I'm pretty sure I'm correct.
Oh, yes. Nearly double. All right.
The rollover did not happen twice.
The new goal is for me to double the podcast followers on Second Chance Jeeps by the end of the day today.
Yeah, and in fairness, we don't utilize the podcast Instagram a lot. It's one, because we don't have as many followers. Two, we don't really even know what we would do on there that would be separate. But
it's a handsome looking logo, though, isn't it?
Hey, that looks good.
Yeah.
And we have, not this week, because we are legitimately fresh out of time. We have 2 other things we have to get to today. We have to recap the polls. We have a month's worth of polls.
I know exactly what you're going to say that we need to get to next week, and I cannot wait.
It's logo related.
It's
The world needs to be brought into what happened with this interaction, and we will get to it in earnest. That is the 8-bit next week. Here's how I'll tease it. The single worst financial transaction this podcast has ever made happened less than a week ago.
And it was not a huge purchase. Are you willing to say how much it was?
It was $5.
So
$6.50 after fees.
It's rare that a $5 purchase can be a complete ripoff.
Yeah.
Because say you go to the hot dog stand, you want a hot dog and a Coke, you pay $5.
Yep.
Even if that hot dog is complete garbage, you're not really mad about it because you're like, at least I got the Coke.
Yeah.
I'm out $5.
Yep. You've now eaten at least a little something.
Yeah.
You have a drink for your parched mouth. This will bring us, outside of next week's 8-bit, nothing.
Like, I feel like we need a settlement. That we need to be compensated more than the $5.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
maybe we lump this into the GoFundMe.
This was such a bad purchase that we deserve $50 back.
No question. If I get one of those forum emails down the road, hey, we're starting a class action lawsuit. Would you like to jump on? I will go through the idiot legwork and say yes and fill it out.
Find receipts.
Yep. I'll do whatever it needs to happen. So that is the 8-bit next week. Again, the single worst transaction this podcast has ever been a part of. That'll be next week.
All right, now we have to get to our contest submissions.
Oh, my God, yeah.
We have contest submissions from Trevor in Nashville. We have contest submissions from Stephen Humphrey here in Michigan.
One half of the Brothers Humphrey.
One
so,
half.
again, these are for the Blu-ray, DVD, digital copies, all in one, of The King of Staten Island, part of the giveaway we are doing that you and I... we mentioned the movie. This is part of what we're getting to give away. Anytime we get something to give away to our listeners, I'd love to take part of that. So more of these hopefully coming. So again, if you want to take part in these, you'll hear some examples coming up. Just need to record yourself going through a drive-thru or wherever at a counter. You're buying something, and you need to ask that person, cashier otherwise, are you team suspension bridge or are you team covered bridge? And whatever side they take, you should take the other side.
You're the devil's advocate.
Yep, no matter what. So here are a couple examples. Steve, who would you want to start off with?
Let's start off with Trevor. Trevor went through the drive-in, I believe it was at Sonic.
Okay.
During the week.
Awesome.
Yes, I was wondering if I could order a Route 44 cherry water. Easy on the ice, please.
What else for you?
That is it. I'm polling some of the residents, and are you more of a fan of like a suspension style bridge or more of a covered bridge?
Listen to this pause.
I'm so sorry. What was that?
Nothing. That'll be all. Thank you.
93 cents.
93 cents.
Whoa!
Good deal. Good deal. Hold on, we're not done.
It's not my fault. All right, I'll ask when I get to the pull around.
Hello, how are you?
Doing good, and you?
Good, thank you. Have a hot water with cherry easy ice?
Yes.
Would you like anything else?
No, I need to give you a tip, but I do have one question. Are you more of a fan of this style of a bridge, suspension bridge, or more of kind of a covered bridge?
The other bridge.
You like the suspension bridge?
No, I don't know.
Tough. Well, yes. I like the covered bridge because it kind of reminds me of.
I do kind of like the bridge, the covered bridge.
Yeah, either one works fine. I mean, the covered bridge kind of reminds you of John Denver, and the other bridge kind of reminds you of, something fancy and modern.
Yeah, but I like the covered one better.
Okay, well, can't win them all. Thank you. We're looking at building one, so just polling the residents. So
we're looking at building one.
Have a good night. Also, one other thing, if you'll notice my mask here, it says Conflict Manager, and that is what I do. I manage conflicts. If you would like to have a mask like this, the Steve and Kyle Podcast does sell them. You can go to Steve and Kyle Podcast. Also, they are nominated for a podcast award this year, so I think it'd be something you really like. And she walked away from the window. Well, can't Win them all.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
first of all, I wish that I had Trevor's accent because I love it.
Oh, first of all, you can never be mad at that.
No, never.
I don't care if he just, punched a puppy. If he talks to
No.
you like that afterwards, it doesn't matter. You want to give him a hug.
Oh my God.
Second of all, Trevor, here's the gripe. The picture of the suspension bridge.
Oh, it's not a suspension bridge.
One, not a suspension bridge. Two, is a piece of garbage. Okay, so here's what you do. Next time you're going to do this, it's not going to happen again, not for this. Mackinac Bridge.
That's like
That's the seminal suspension bridge in the northern 48.
I don't know. Some would say Golden Gate Bridge.
That garbage. Look at that turd. Golden Gate's fine. But the covered bridge is perfect. But yeah, no, that is an absolutely
so perfect.
That is a lovely example there.
I was so thrilled when Trevor sent that.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to move on now to half of the brothers Humphrey. Stephen Humphrey, he pulled up to a drive-thru. I'm not sure where it was, but he sent us this.
Let me ask you.
God.
Boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Stephen, you're pretty abrasive.
First of all, we're trying to get, goodwill out there for one, the cause of the bridge, any bridge, and two, the podcast.
Hey, boy.
I only
it's
hope
just
that our podcast isn't mentioned because those first, what was that, 4 words?
Let me ask you something.
Already, if I'm the person at this drive-thru, I'm already like, oh no, what happened? And like,
right.
this guy's a jerk.
All right, let's see. Let's see where this goes.
Let me ask you. Because for some reason it didn't record, so I got to do it at the window now.
For some reason it didn't record. I got to do it at the window.
First of all, Steven, that's not her fault. Your idiocy with technology from the 21st century doesn't need to be taken out on this poor woman doing her job.
No.
Here's what I need before you even finish this. Steven, today, you're going back to that drive-thru. You're finding that employee, and you're apologizing.
Yeah, you are. Maybe give her a balloon or something.
A balloon and a gift subscription to the free Steve and Kyle podcast.
You'll have to print up your own coupon for it.
This
Okay.
is embarrassing. Oh, I'm
go.
offended.
Are you team suspension bridge or team covered bridge?
I don't know what that is.
A suspension bridge is a Mackinac bridge. A covered bridge is a wooden bridge.
Covered?
You like covered bridges?
Yeah.
Oh,
Idiot.
gross. Pieces of wood that get covered in termites, you're gonna die. I mean, suspension bridge it's marvelous. It's engineering marvel. I can't believe you. I can't believe you. Have a good day.
Okay, so you have to go back to now.
Yeah.
Not today. You actually, if you're not already in your car, Steven,
Oh, my God.
you need to, oh my God, send a message, a public apology, and you need to find that individual employee and tell her how sorry you are.
We just said that you had to disagree with them. You don't have to belittle them.
This poor woman.
I guess we should have made that more clear.
I would go so far as to say her day was negatively affected by that interaction.
I bet as soon as you pulled away, she turned to her coworkers and said, "What the F was that?"
Yeah, and then she probably hung
What
up
did I
her-
do?
She probably hung up her apron, took off the headset, and said, I can't do this anymore.
All right, so for our third submission, Trevor was busy this week because he was in the office walking around polling people that he worked with.
Boy, I hear Trevor, and I don't think office guy. Like, every time I've seen an interaction with Trevor, I don't get the impression that he is an office guy. But you know what? From one office guy to another, good job.
All right, here's Trevor's final submission.
So, question for you. Are you team covered bridge or team suspension bridge? Which one do you like the best?
Pause.
Our county's looking at building a new bridge, and so they've using this as some different options. So you got a covered bridge that's kind of like an old country road and taking you home, or a fancy one that looks like Natchez Trace.
A fancy one, yes.
What?
A fancy
You don't want to think of John Denver when you drive across this bridge?
No, and that's why.
Okay, fair enough.
It looks creepy.
Seems like she, for some reason, has a bone to pick with.
I feel like we need to go back and ask, like, Was one of her loved ones on that ill-fated airplane ride or whatever?
Oh, boy.
Is her loved one got an imprint on the side of the Rockies?
Okay, fair enough.
That looks creepy. That bridge is out of one of those games.
Oh no, that bridge will never fall down. I mean, this thing was built in like 1832, according to Tennessee state records.
No, I think y'all need some up-to-date stuff.
Fine. I still think covered bridges are better.
Well done, Trevor. You'll be receiving not one, but 2 Blu-ray copies of The King of Staten Island.
Yeah, maybe give it to that smart woman who just told you your dumb wood bridges are really dumb.
And, Steven, you know something, Steven? We're going to send you the DVD as well. Maybe you should take it back and give it to that woman that you harassed.
Yeah, because we're going to have this movie mailed to you. But imagine us mailing it to you with our arms crossed and us shaking our heads.
And a very stern look on our face.
Disappointing, Stephen. If the other half, Jeremy, if you want to get on board and show your brother, your rude brother, how it's done properly. But, that shouldn't be surprising. We've talked about the brothers Humphrey. They look like they're the goons sent after you if you're late on on the bookie payment.
They look like a tag team wrestling duo.
Yeah, no question. They're a tag team wrestling duo. They're the guys who are running the door at the strip club, but not a nice one.
No. They're going to be abrasive. Like if you're in back of them at the ice cream stand and they get their ice cream cone and they don't like it, they're going to turn around and stuff it in your face.
Yeah.
Even though it's not your fault.
Yeah, they're the kind of guys who aren't going to accept an incorrect order and then wait for it to be corrected.
No.
They're going to elbow you out of the way saying, "Excuse me," and get themselves right up to the window.
Yeah, I bet that 90% of the places that they go, an employee ends up getting spit on because they're pissed.
No question. If there's not spit on the employee, there's spit on their food because of the way they order it. Everything related to the brothers Humphrey's interactions with food employees is spit being swapped one way or the other.
But thanks for participating in the contest. Still have 2 more DVDs.
Yeah, please send us your mailing address, either Twitter or
I'm
Facebook
sure we have
or whatever.
I believe we already have both of them.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I'll reach out to both of them
from Solstice Season.
just to make sure. Real quickly, we got to get this in.
It's time for
Kenny Rogers.
Back to the wheel.
You got to know when to hold up. Fact of the week.
Know when to fold 'em. All right. Again, we're going to be doing the Kenny Rogers factoid of the week because he is not actually dead like the mainstream media wants you to believe. So we're just going to keep doing this. Hopefully generate a little bit of buzz so they'll just come out and admit that they lied about his death a couple of months ago. The Kenny Rogers fact of the week brought to you by no one. Kenny Rogers, did you know this, Kyle?
I can promise you I didn't, Steve.
I bet you probably did because I have a history of repeating these.
Your track record thus far has not been sterling for the Kenny Rogers fact of the week.
Kenny Rogers was a collector.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Okay.
I don't think we've talked about it.
I saw your eyes light up, and I thought, oh, no, you're going to say exactly what I'm going to say.
No, what did he collect?
He was a collector of an American icon, the Harley Davidson.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, now that you mention it, though, I could see Kenny with that hair. Kenny's not wearing a helmet, by the way.
No, of course not.
Kenny's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
And that hair is
flapping in the wind.
Flapping in the wind.
Riding a Harley Davidson is unlike riding any other motorcycle, and for the longest time, Harleys have been a reserve. Harleys have been a reserve for the cool and hip, and the crooner himself thought Harleys would make him look cool too. I mean, I don't think he didn't need a Harley to look cool.
No, granted, Kenny Rogers, if you take the music out of Kenny Rogers isn't like...
He's still cool.
He's cool, but he's not like a good looking... Like, I love the hair.
Yeah, the beard.
He's got a bit of a belly.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, Kenny Rogers wasn't a skinny man until his elderly years. But Kenny, that hair, that beard, sunglasses, ripping down the road in a hog.
He started buying Harleys, and it wouldn't be abnormal to spot him burning his way down the highway.
Oh.
The star admitted that Harleys were fun when he was young. When he was older, though, he considered them more trouble than fun, and as an older man, he was much safer riding cars as opposed to spontaneity of tearing his way around on a bike.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Good man. Good fact. Thanks, Steve.
Hey,
I
no
appreciate
problem.
it.
Kenny Rogers.
Back to the wheel.
You've got to know when to hold up. Fact of the week.
Know when to fold 'em.
Joy.
Are we going to get to some poll recaps, or are we just going to...
I was going to ask you, did you want me to rip through them? We're
Yeah,
at
let's do it.
hour
Yeah.
24. This is our longest episode in
Let's do it.
weeks.
Let's
okay.
do it.
So we're dating all the way back to mid-August. Now tell me if we've done these, because I honestly don't remember, Steve.
Yeah, you think I will?
He's the benchmark of any good ventriloquist act, borderline racism.
Oh, my God.
67% of the audience said yes. Did you know the Monopoly Man was named Rich Uncle Pennybags?
Yeah, I did not know that.
58% of the audience are liars and said yes.
No, I disagree with them.
Did you think the Monopoly Man had a monocle? Because
Yeah.
we all did. Like,
Yeah.
this is, what did you say that was?
It was Mr. Peanut. He had a monocle. Oh, the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect, yep.
Yeah, where everybody remembers something, but it didn't actually happen.
54% of the audience said yes. Do decorative bush trimmers have titles?
Like the person who does
Yeah,
the decorative, okay.
yeah. 52% of the audience said yes, but nobody gave us an answer.
So no one told us?
So people are saying, yeah, absolutely. Stan the Movie Man actually did chime in and say topiarist.
Topiarist.
Because those are called topiaries, I believe, right?
Okay.
Like the decorative bushes.
All right.
But there's no way. Like, if you Google right now, Steve, for a service, like, hey, I need a local topiarist, I don't think you'd get...
Yeah, probably not.
an
Probably
answer.
not a bunch of them on Angie's list.
This was the runaway of all podcast poll runaways here coming up, Steve. Do you remember the car audio room at Circuit City and Best Buy?
Yeah, of course. The boom room.
98% of the audience said
Yeah.
yes. Those are our people.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
people voting no on do sharks have boxing gloves, you are not our people.
No, not at all.
But 98% of you, thank you for chiming in and agreeing. Yes, you do remember that because we all had that similar childhood. Yeah, I'm going to get that in my car and
Yeah.
all the girls are going to love it.
And then there was like the one row, because you had all your stereos and then all your speakers and then the subwoofers, the amplifiers. And then there was always like the neon tubes that you could get installed.
Was the Plymouth Prowler a good-looking car?
No, couldn't have been.
65% of the audience agrees with you, Steve. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that 35% were saying,
higher than I
it's a
thought.
cool-looking car.
Yeah.
I stand by it. That car's not for everybody.
You know
I'm
something?
not dumb enough to say that.
I was so disappointed. My buddy Tracy, who works in the automotive industry.
Oh, really?
He's worked in the automotive industry for years.
Yeah.
Even back to when we were in high school, and he was working. His dad had a car lot in back where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
He worked at his dad's car lot, like all growing up. So I really, I consider Tracy to have a very good,
A discerning car mind.
yeah, very much so. And he said, even he posted saying that it was a good looking car, but it ran like crap. And I said,
I could see that.
I said, friendship over, done.
Rude. It's a unique car. Very unique.
It's something.
Can 11-month-old baby see colors? That's when I was trumpeting the idea that Evelyn's just an idiot life mass. They really don't do anything. She definitely can't see colors or past 5 feet. Dumb babies. Not just Evelyn.
Right, in general.
87% of the audience said yes. Didn't get the joke.
I like how that's your new defense.
Didn't land.
If you lose, you didn't get the joke.
But if I post today, though, our baby's idiots. I think people want to get that. Like, roll with those punches a little more, right? Mm-hmm. Was the California Raisins a failed ad campaign?
I don't think so.
I think you're wrong. Listen,
We're still talking about it.
Yes, but are you buying raisins because of it? And the farmers literally said, no, you're losing me money by having to do this. 67% of the audience said no, it was not a failed ad campaign.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Would you... Sorry. Would you watch Top Gun 2? Starring Mav Gina and Gick.
Absolutely. If this isn't 100%.
51.5% of the audience said no. Do you want to tell anybody about not getting the joke, or is that...
Guess that joke didn't land.
Nailed it. Is there a bigger mood killer than a CPAP machine? I think, honestly, I switcch now because I think the answer is yes, and it's Steve's hair, apparently.
Yeah. I actually got the call yesterday that my results are in.
You'll have to tune in next week to the A.1 bit.
A.1.
For Steve's sleep results. 70% of the audience, Steve, said no, there isn't. There's no earthly way a spouse or significant other is going to roll over to initiate, any relations if they stare at your big honking tube coming out of your nose.
Pair that up with my hair. I may as well just die now.
Well, at least you got the one kid. Is a 20-second prostate exam too long? 63% of the audience said yes. 37% of the audience into some different stuff.
Yeah.
Are people who park cars in their yards dirtbags?
Yes.
70.
Oh, no.
oh, this was total accident.
Oh, no.
73% of the audience said yes.
Oh, crap.
So, idiot, garbage, carport, backyard Steve here. You're in that 73%. You're a dirtbag.
Well, not yet. I haven't actually done it yet. I've just thought about
It's
it.
just on the way. Is Steve a Facebook Marketplace giveaway savant? 95% of the audience said yes. Hard to argue.
Yeah.
These results speak for themselves.
Well, I'm having trouble getting rid of this grandpa camper. I really need this thing gone. Yeah.
You selling it, though?
Yeah.
See, that's the difference, though. You've said it. But you don't give that away. Wait it out.
But it's like, I want like $50 for it.
I'd say you wait it out. I think you're going to get some money off of that. Was Steve's birder neighbor trying to rip him off? This goes back to him.
Sure, his
a couple of years ago.
Initially wanting like $1,500 from me, and I ignore him for 2 years, and now it's down to
$50 a piece.
$150.
90% of the audience agrees, Steve. The old man was trying to pull one over on you.
Boy,
look at that! The youngster. The young guy getting what? Yeah. You know what? I'll think about it. 3 years later,
didn't fall for it, though.
Comes down tenfold. Ridiculous. Is changing your own oil a waste of time?
Yes.
55% of the audience said yes. And if I was not surprised by any of these comments. Oh, the ones voting just don't know how to. Well, you're probably right. I mean, I could also YouTube video
Okay,
it.
if you gun to your head right now, if I said, go out, change your oil in my driveway right now before you drive home.
Yeah.
You could figure it out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's the pan. You unscrew it. You dump
unscrew
it
the
into
the plug. Not
the plug, not the whole pan. Because the whole pan,
Yeah.
You'd unscrew the plug, drain the old oil out, go to the top, put the new... Do you replace the filter before putting the new oil in?
See, my process, buckle in, folks.
Oh, goody.
I go under. Well, first thing I do is I loosen the oil filter a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so it kind of relieves the pressure.
Absolutely.
Pop that drain plug out. Drain all the oil. Come back up top, or put the plug back in.
Yeah.
Come back up top. Take my filter out all the way.
Oh, okay.
Put a little oil in the new filter. Fill it up with some oil.
So it's not okay.
Put the new filter on, and then fill it up.
I would need assistance finding that.
That's pretty easy to find.
I didn't even know that you would put oil in the filter. I had assumed
Some don't.
I had
Some
assumed
don't.
this filter was like a vacuum filter, where it's just like a piece of foam. It's not that.
No. No. It looks more like a Coke can.
Yeah, the more you know. Do you rev?
How many more do we have, by the way?
I think just 2.
Okay.
Do you rev every power tool knowing you don't need to?
Of course.
97% of the audience agrees,
You have
Steve.
to.
They absolutely. It's part of the job.
Yeah.
If you're about to leaf blow,
Even when
rev
I'm
it in
using
the
like
air.
my screw gun, putting screws in, I'll be like, zzz, zzz,
Yep.
zzz, zzz, zzz. Like just hold it down and do it.
And lastly, to get us fully caught up, has a female ever revved a leaf blower unnecessarily?
Nope.
There's no chance.
No chance.
They're out there to get it done.
Yeah.
51.8% of the audience, Steve, said yes.
Really?
But still half and half. Like, people are on board thinking,
Yeah.
women don't do that. That's a strictly being a dumb guy thing.
Kind of surprised by that.
Yeah.
right, so if you want to make a submission to pick up one of those copies, the Blu-ray copies of The King of Staten Island, just we went over it at the beginning of the episode, all the details. Just go back and listen to it. I don't feel like saying it for like a fourth
just
time.
record your video, okay?
Yeah.
Send it to us. Find a way to do it. Also, Facebook event. Don't forget Podcast Awards, Wednesday, September 30th. Live stream. Join us watching the Podcast Awards, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Join us on Facebook. There you can find the details.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that, even though it's going to be way too late at night, but that is all right. The things that we do, the sacrifices we make.
Oh, in the name of profit.
Money, money, money.
Just think how many dollars we're going to make for this one, Steve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
In the black for this month, right?
Yeah. StephenKyle.com/merch if you want to check out some merch, and on Twitter at StephenKyle. Take all the web polls that we posted today.
Yes.
For some reason, the Facebook polls still not working.
Broken.
Good job. It's only been 2 months. Way to get on that, Facebook. Come on, Zuckerberg. All right, that's about it, right?
That's all we got.
All right, talk to you next week.